Never heard of the Time Twitching Tower? I'm here to help you get the most out of this limited time event. The Time Twitching Tower started out as a publicity stunt. Content was created live during a Twitch stream and the tower would only be available on that day. Thankfully, times have changed. Last fall, the tower was available for a week to celebrate West of Loathing's anniversary, and now it's available for a week again. The Time Twitching Tower has many unique zones and shops. First, let's look at where you can spend your Mr. Accessories, or Mr. A's for short. Mr. Store has a time-twitching tool belt which helps you get extra item drops, extra chroner, future drug potions, and extra hooch in the tower. You'll also get solid shifting time weirdness or liquid shifting time weirdness from twitching time capsules, which we'll come back to later, and an extra activation of the Con 13 snow globe if you're wearing the belt. The time-twitching tool belt is not bound to your account, so it's possible to get these benefits by clubbing together with your friends on a single belt. The merch table has additional options for your Mr. A's. All of these except for the snow globe bind to your account once you use them. Most of these create items which can be purchased in the mall directly or made from mall ingredients. The first is the Created Wardrobe-O-Matic. This generates a shirt, hat, and familiar equipment each day that disappears at rollover. The clothing items have procedurally generated buffs that are still being spaded or reverse engineered by the community. The snow globe gives you either substats, booze, food, or potions at the end of every fight. Wearing the tool belt at the same time triggers this twice. The snow globe drops have the potential to speed up an ascension. The tea tree has a dedicated spot in your campsite and drops your choice of either one specific tea or 3 random teas in your campground each day. Some of the teas are very useful, such as Veracity for 1 extra stomach space or Sobriety for 1 extra liver. Royal tea consumption has a leaderboard where the winner receives a royal scepter that grants extra adventures, PvP fights, and a buff if worn during rollover. The She Receiver unit is a correspondence item like daily candles or Game Informed Daily Power Pro where you receive something each day. The transmissions let you build a variety of unique items including a residence for your campground, epic food and drink, and an outfit. The beer garden grows ingredients for its own selection of epic beers. The daily growth rate is roughly 3 one-size epic beers per day, where picking your crop after more days of growth lets you buy beers with nice buffs. The Tome of Radlibs goes on your mystical bookshelf in your campsite and lets you summon Radlibs every day. The Radlibs can be used to grant substats or as ingredients for papier-mâché creations. The Gygaxian Librum also goes on your mystical bookshelf and lets you summon dice each day. The dice can be used for stat gain, de-level, grant buffs, and other fun effects. The Hippo Tutu hatches into a Hippo Ballerina which increases item and meat drops, attacks, de-levels, and blocks. Other much cheaper familiars have similar functionality, so it's purely a collector item. Now let's take a look at ways to spend the Twitching Time Tower currency, chroner. Here in the merch table you can get a tattoo for 1,111 chroner. This is the most expensive item on sale. Working your way down the tower you can get Rotten Tomatoes, the portable Othello set, 12 Night Energy, and Yorick. The Rotten Tomato and 12 Night Energy are great consumables that grant PvP fights and adventures respectively. The Othello set and Yorick are not terribly useful in the current game but are fun for collectors. The Nina has Invisible Potion, Time Shuriken, and Ninjamies. The potion increases your chance of critical hit. The Time Shuriken is a reusable combat item that does damage in the tower and a minimal amount of damage in other zones. The Ninjamies grant adventures and PvP fights if worn during rollover. The Apocalypse store has epic food and drink, a shield, an accessory to reduce monster level, and a weapon that increases monster level, familiar weight, and decreases the chance of combat encounters. The Eye Flail buffs make it a potentially useful pull in softcore unrestricted runs. Shoe Repair offers a familiar weight potion and accessories with a minor boost to stats gained from combat. The final store, the Neander Mall, contains epic food and drink, clothing with minor buffs, and a familiar. Now let's look at the zones. The voting phone booth will let you pick a team if you've never visited before. If your account was created before 2014, it will also give you nifty once per account items. After you choose a team, this booth doesn't have anything for you. Chariot Racing lets you bet chroner on the outcome of races and offers a chance to cheat. Randomness in competition with other bettors makes this a good way to lose chroner. The Survivor encampment and Pinta don't do anything. The bank lets you return stolen money if you've collected it, but the money just gets stolen again, and you receive no reward. Make sure to visit the Santa Claus at least once to collect your glass eye. This item can only be received once per account, and when worn, gives you extra item drop chance in the tower. The rest of the tower zones use your adventures. In addition to the normal drops, which I'll describe here, combats in many zones may also drop avatar potions. The Cave Before Time has a scheduled non-combat where you can choose to learn the password to fight Caveman Dan once per lifetime, fight an Adventurer Echo, or collect Twitching Time Capsules. Twitching Time Capsules give you a chance to get solid shifting time weirdness if you open them while wearing the Time Twitching tool belt from Mr. Store. Solid shifting time weirdness is a familiar equipment that grants extra adventures if worn during rollover and typically sells for a few million meat. Since the capsules can generate the item, they're pretty valuable too. If you have a way to force non-combats to happen more frequently, such as Stench Jelly, Clara's Bell from the LT&T boss, Sneak Assault from the Pillkeeper, Spikeladon Spikes from the Jurassic Parka, or Cincho Exit from the Cincho de Mayo, spending them to get Twitching Time Capsules can be a great way to make extra meat. Normal drops in the zone include food, booze, and equipment. The Bohemian Party in Moonshiner's Woods lets you accumulate hooch which can be traded in for chroners. While fun, this won't give you as many chroners per adventure as the Globe Theater main stage above. Normal drops in these zones include potions, combat items, food, booze, and equipment. The Roman Forum has nice equipment and potion drops, plus a non-combat where you can choose to buy pieces of an outfit, potions, or bet chroners. The post-mall combats drop components that can be used to make a nice familiar. The spooky old abandoned mine has equipment and potion drops, plus an item that is consumed to mine 1 square for free in places such as It's Not Yours, It's Mine. The Rowdy Saloon has cards that can be exchanged during a scheduled non-combat for chroner, equipment, a combat item, awesome booze, and a drop that auto-sells for 500 meat. The Globe Theater backstage drops awesome booze, a one-handed knife, an item to improve your skill at Othello, the grip key that gives you 1 to 3 items from a list that includes tower and normal items, and if you're wearing the portable Othello set, you can play the game during a non-combat. Winning at Othello doesn't grant any rewards. The main stage drops equipment, a combat item, and awesome food. Each combat also drops roses, depending on how many unique sources of damage you used. Damage sources include the different elements, combat item, and your familiar. Prismatic damage helps you get the maximum drop of 7 to 9 roses. Tulips also drop occasionally. Tulips and roses can be exchanged for chroners, which makes this zone the best place to get more chroners with your adventures. The Cold Con Clan Party House drops a random quality booze, equipment, a potion, and the Arizona Bark Scorpion has a rare chance to drop a familiar, the Baby Bark Scorpion. These typically sell for a few million meat. 12 West Main is similar. The top level is new this year. The Home of the Future drops an employee badge to one of the 2 other zones once per day. The employee badge can be used to get 11 non-combats that give you 10 chroner each, so be sure to use your badge each day. Using the badge also aligns you with one of the 2 companies. At the end of the day, the company with the highest counter will give every employee 100 chroner. You can adventure in each of the zones for a non-combat to either help or sabotage the counter. The Robot Maid in the Home of the Future has a rare chance to drop a housekeeping automacore, which can be used to make the best meat made in the game, granting 10 adventures every rollover until you ascend. Spring Brothers Solenoids drops Automobot parts, a combat item, and the Security Bot has a rare chance to drop a Security Automacore, which can be used for a nice buff. Boltman's Varying is similar, except that it has a Security Bot with a chance at the rare drop, and the Clerical Robot with its own rare drop that can be used for a nice buff. Each of the zones in the Time Twitching Tower has fun content to explore. Enjoy!